Hello, Jet City Roller Derby fans. Thank you, Beer Garden, for the correct response. Scott Chicken here, joined by the quickly running back Heidi, your boyfriend.
He made me run in heels. It's Scott Chicken's fault.
It is. It's all my fault. Thank you again for spending your Saturday evening with us. Valentine's Day just a few days away, 4, according to the script. And love is in the air. And as you all know, what we love here at Jet City, we love good food.
Yes.
We love good drinks.
Yes.
We love having a good time.
Indeed.
We love good competition, and mostly, we love to hit our friends.
We also love our audience.
Oh, yeah, we do that, too. See, that wasn't in the script. We love to hit our friends on the track, not outside of said track. Today, we have a lovely doubleheader for you. First off, your Jet City Skyraiders will take on Yakima's Wine County Crushers. Since there's no drinking before the bout for them, Beer Garden, I'm not saying you can't, or anyone else in the Beer Garden anywhere else. You can drink whatever you want. This should be a good game is what I'm saying. Second game of the evening will debut your newly named Jet City All-Stars. And they will be taking on Greater Vancouver Roller Derby Association, or GVRDA if you like acronyms. They're visiting us from across our little border up north from Canada. Make sure you give them a good welcome, eh? And with that, and also we're Twitch streaming.
We are live streaming today. If you see this gorgeous human in sneakers circling the track, that is an active camera for our Twitch stream.
Yes.
Either avoid it or wave to it, depending on your disposition.
Afro wants to be
is gonna
seen
get
on
her
the
moment.
Twitch. We, for our Twitch audience, we don't have the comments, so you feel free to comment whatever you want, but we won't read it.
I will, in fact, go back and read every comment on the Twitch stream when I get home tomorrow. So,
and I will not. All right, so let's introduce some volunteers, because we can't do this without the volunteers. Our medical staff this evening, Laura Newman, Marissa, and Strychnine Lives. Big round of applause for the Dent Tent. Our DJ, as always, the great Big Papa. And our photographer, Anthony Floyd, wherever he may be, and of course our Twitch team.
Thank you very much to our live stream crew all around the building. And our fans watching at home, we're so excited to have you. I want to begin by introducing Jet City's ground crew. Starting with our friends in black, the non-skating officials. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Mama Buddy, Quantum Mechanic, Auntie Mame, Bruce Wayne, Dad Attitude, Santa, Rob Harshman, India Pale Al, Wizard of Laws. That is our non-skating official crew.
And our refs, who are getting extra cardio in tonight because there's only 5 of them. We have ATG, Justabill, Red Miles, Shenanigans, and Otter Mayhem.
And Otter Mayhem is making her Jet City debut tonight, friends and fans in the Derby stands. We love a good referee.
We do.
Because without them, it would just be really violent open skate.
All right, let's meet our first team. Welcoming in our friends from Yakima. It's the Wine County Crushers. Wine Country, sorry. I can't read today, apparently. There is an R right there.
They're from Wine
I will
Country.
Circle it. That's not a county. It's a whole country.
It's a whole region.
I'm so confused.
But they're going to crush it.
I clearly needed more wine before the game. All right. For your Wine Country Crushers, number 13, Crystal Lightning. 13-12, Crash and Burn. Number 14, Laceration. Number 15, Lawless. Number 33, Leanna Klakya. 36, Double Destroyer. Number 222, Malice Curls. 415, White Shadow. 420, Mighty Khandra. Number 6, Sith Amendment. 626, Lilo Gives Stitches. Number 64, Rock'em Sock'em. 69, Citra Ass Down. Number 79, Bonnie Riot. And number 94, Ankle Biter. The Wine Country Crushers, coached by absolutely nobody, and Squirrel. One more time for the Wine Country Crushers, whose name I will now.
And now, friends and fans in the Derby stands, get ready to get rowdy, because I am about to introduce your home team, the Jet City Skyraiders. Number 182 is Harriet Thugman. Number 2 is Dainty Disaster. Number 212 is Killing 'em Smalls. Number 29 is Hut Majesty. Number 3.14 is Bacon for Mercy. Number 4 is Surly Temper. Number 41 is Polk Martha Stewart. Number 47 is Adelaide Her Out. Number 51 is Crash Smash 'em. Skating is number 60 tonight is Thompson. Number 613 is Dreidel. Number 64 is Banshee. Number 71 is V Lucy Raptor. Number 77 is Gen X. Number 87 is Vixen Stones. Number 403, the alternate tonight, is Miss Violet No Regard. They are coached tonight by Bombshell, MF Chaz, Allie, and Kieran. Give it up for the Jet City Skyraiders. I don't even know. Our band does this song, and I'm like, do I need to sing backup when it's on in...
All right, those of you walking past the concession stand, they've got snacks over there.
They have nachos, with or without salsa. They have chips. They have candy bars. They have Mighty O Donuts.
Oh, so good.
If you don't know about Mighty O Donuts, go to the All-Ply Roofing concession stand and learn about Mighty O Donuts. Hello, friends and fans at home. They also
They are
have
delicious.
several flavors of pizza. They are not out of any flavor yet. That's a mood. Eat all the pizza. I see Crash Smash 'em.
Yes.
Right there on the Derby line.
Next to 420 Mighty Condra.
Ready. I'm glad you saw her name. I just see her like gorgeous ponytail.
I'm just going by the 4 and the 2 and assuming the rest.
I can't see any of that from here. It may be the angle or that I chose not to wear my glasses because it messed.
Could be
There
either.
you
See? There we
are,
go,
Mighty
Mighty. Thank
Condra. Okay. I like that she heard me.
Fans ready?
That 5 seconds out of Wizard of Laws means that we are just about to get started on the first jam of tonight's Derby doubleheader, and they're off!
Mighty Condra pushing to the front. Crash Smash 'em inside lane is through. Lead jammer Jet City. First jammer cleanly through the pack is your lead jammer. They get to call off the jam if they wish. Jammers also noted by the stars on their helmets.
Mighty Condra having a little fight with the Jet City 3-wall up front. That is Adelaide Her Out, last line of defense. Up there with Dreidel and Surly Temper.
Crash Smash 'em through the pack, picks up 4 points. Jammers get 1 point for every skater they pass after that initial.
Wine Country deciding to complete that initial pass by working smarter, not harder. Pass that helmet cover off to the pivot. However, once the pivot was already jammer of record, Rock'em Sock'em did, in fact, get the request to report to the Mother Fogger penalty box, sponsored by Salish Sea Brewing Company. You'll hear those words out of my mouth a lot tonight.
Way too much. probably. 3 more points for Crash on that last pass. Takes Jet City Skyraiders to 7. Wine Country held scoreless, and a power start for Dainty Disaster.
We are equal strength 4-on-4 in the pack, but Dainty Disaster is the only jammer on the track at the moment. She swoops to the outside, manages to find an open lane, gets through with lead jammer status.
Pack slow at the front corner, but all sorts of penalties being announced. Someone's getting a cut track.
We're going to have a Wine Country blocker cut track penalty.
Ooh.
If you leave the legal part of the track and re-enter in front of anyone who was in front of you, that penalty will be assessed. Meanwhile, Just a Bill says Dainty Disaster has 4 more points in the sky for Jet City. Meanwhile, Rock'em Sock'em, jammer of record for Wine and through the pack.
Rock'em Sock'em living up to the name and knocking people down on the way through the pack. One blocker from either side in the box now.
3-on-3 in the pack. 2 jammers both looking to score points. Another Wine Country blocker. This is number 626. Lilo Gives Stitches going to go have a seat in the Motherfogger IPA penalty box.
And a low block, I think, maybe called
Crystal
on the 13th.
Lightning going to go have a seat for a low block. You can't even have your legs where another skater wants to put theirs. That is, in fact, against the rules of roller derby.
Meanwhile, Dainty Disaster, despite the low block bump, rolling through on a 5th scoring pass. But Rock'em Sock'em gets Wine Country on the board. And we sit 27-4.
Setting up for the next jam, I see V Lucy Raptor wearing a jammer cover, but I also see a timeout being called by Wine Country.
A timeout is a perfect time to mention our 50-50 raffle, because our 50-50 raffle is supporting a super good cause.
We're going to be talking about this literally all night. We've got so much to tell you about this organization.
Our sponsor, our partner for the 50-50 raffle is Skate Like a Girl, founded in Olympia, Washington in 2000. Skate Like a Girl boasts 3 chapters in Seattle, Portland, and the San Francisco Bay Area, serving more than 10,000 skaters every year. This nonprofit organization is on a mission to create an inclusive community by promoting confidence, leadership, and social justice through skateboarding. Through their programs and events, they empower young people and the young at heart, especially focusing on historically underrepresented and underserved identities, such as women, trans, low-income, and/or BIPOC skaters. Now, the Seattle chapter kind of needs some help because a bus drove into their facility, if you missed the news, and so they kind of have to find a new home. So 50% of your proceeds from the raffle go to them, 50% goes in your pocket. Pick up your ticket. We will do the drawing at halftime of the second game.
If you like excellent causes and you also like money, should definitely find. I know it's Killer Tofu, and I don't know who else is with him. Check out the 50-50 raffle. Get your tickets. But right now, turn your eyes to the track where Liana Klokya and V Lucy Raptor are wearing the stars for their respective teams. V Lucy Raptor found a friendly side on the inside of the track. She is through with lead jammer status.
Liana Klokya forced out and had to roll back, now trapped at the back and shouldered out of bounds by Adelaide. Her out. That's V Lucy Raptor through for 4 points.
4 points in the sky for V Lucy Raptor. 4 more up in the sky for V Lucy Raptor of Jet City. Meanwhile, Liana Klokya just getting past that last line of defense, having a hard time with surly temper, but finally getting through there on the outside. She is through. Initial pass completed.
V Lucy Raptor running straight into Crash and Burn. Calls off the jam. 3 more up. That's 11 total on the jam, now 38-4.
Hot tip for the audience, V Lucy Raptor is a published author.
Oh, all right. Good.
You want to read her book, find me on social media, and I will link you to it.
But only after plugging your book coming out Tuesday.
My book comes out on Tuesday, but I'm plugging Lucy's book right now.
All right.
Meanwhile, the only person in the world with a copy of my book is Vixen Stones, who is currently wearing the jammer cover for Jet City.
And up against Laceration for Wine Country. Vixen Stones forced out of bounds, rolls back.
Gen X also forced out of bounds, comes in right alongside Vixen Stones, playing a little offense, looking to get her through, but Laceration is through with lead jammer status.
First lead jammer of the game for Wine Country.
First lead jammer at Jet City for Otter. So lots of firsts happening right now. Thompson bumped to the inside by Lawless.
And then shouldered out
and
again
then to the
by
outside once again.
Lawless enjoying shouldering Thompson left and right in this pass.
And the reason that matters that Thomas had taken the jammer cover from Vixen. Lawless bumps out the person. Once again, Thompson bumped to the outside. Thompson now the jammer of record for Jet City. Meanwhile, Gen X going to get to go sit in the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box right there next to Her Majesty.
Laceration completed the first scoring pass, comes through, second pass done. 4 more up as Thompson finally out of the pack to complete the initial.
Country with a 4-3, 4-2, then 4-3 again. Blocker advantage in the pack. Huge 8-0 jam in favor of Wine Country that time. They will be starting the next jam with a 4-2 blocker advantage. And that is Ankle Biter, number 9-4, wearing the star. Ankle Biter has some fans. Dainty Disaster has some fans up in the beer garden. I see you. I see you.
4-on-2 advantage for Wine Country, but Dainty Disaster dashes through the pack, picks up lead jammer. Ankle Biter also breaking clear. And a penalty called, sending Adelaide out to the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box.
That continues Wine Country's 4-2 blocker advantage in the pack. Dainty Disaster is trying not to care so much, finds an empty lane on the inside, comes through, 4 more points. So far this jam, it is 8-4 in favor of Jet City. Surly temper being the biggest problem they can be.
Ooh, direction of play penalty, sending Lalo gives stitches to the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box.
Anybody new to Derby needs to know your skates have got to be rolling in the Derby direction for it to be legal for you to hit anybody. Meanwhile, Dainty Disaster's skates have continued rolling in the Derby direction. 15 more points for Jet City.
Dainty Disaster getting 15 total, did not pick up a point for the Lilo gives stitches on that knockout because of the penalty. Chose not to recycle, came back in.
For our friends and fans watching at home on Twitch, I can't see what you see. I don't know the last time they showed you the scoreboard, so I'm going to tell you. The score is currently 53-21 in favor of Jet City with about 22 minutes left in this half.
Crash smash him, jamming against Mighty Condra. Crash for Jet City. Jet City in blue, by the way. Pushes through the front. Lead jammer crash smash him. Teams back to even, almost. Wine Country 1 shy. As Lilo gives stitches, I believe, coming out of the penalty box shortly.
Crash smash him just getting by that very powerful last line of defense there from Wine Country. Coming through with 4 points for Jet City.
Star pass off to Crystal Lightning, number 13 for Wine Country.
Crystal Lightning living up to her name, speeding around the track, but Crash Smash'em sees it coming. Calls off the jam, 4 more points, 8-0 in favor of the Jet City Skyraiders. 61-21 in favor of the team in blue. They don't give me the Twitch stream because they know I would respond to comments.
Yes.
It would be very entertaining.
Be very distracting.
But also not my job. That is V Lucy Raptor.
And jamming against Leanna Clockya, rather. And Leanna Clockya does just that, clocking Adelaide out to roll out first and be your lead jammer. Second lead of the game for Wine Country.
A whole mess there at the back of the pack, but lots of smiles and laughter. Going to have a blocker penalty for the Wine Country Crushers. Meanwhile, Liana Klokya is through with 4 points for Wine Country, while Lucy Raptor is still fighting riot there at the front of the pack. Everybody's smiling as they come my direction, including Lucy Raptor, who has gotten through and completed her initial pass.
Lucy complete with the initial. Liana Klokya calls off the jam. So no points for Jet City. An additional 1 point coming in for Liana Klokya leads us to 26 Wine Country, 61 Skyraiders.
I see Laceration and Vixen Stones once again pulling up to the jammer line.
Once again, a single skater advantage for Jet City. Skyraiders also grabbing the lead as Vixen Stones finds that inside lane. Laceration held up by Thompson.
Sixth Amendment been released from the penalty box. We are back to 5-on-5 derby as things were designed. Vixen Stones has 4 points in the sky for Jet City.
Thompson heads to the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box for a forearm penalty. And a star pass for Wine Country, now number 64, Rock'em Sock'em. Clear of the pack, star on the hat.
Vixen Stones looking for a friendly side. One was provided momentarily by Hurt Majesty. Wine Country did a great job of closing that gap. Rock'em Sock'em finds a lane on the outside. Meanwhile, Vixen Stones is still fighting against Sixth Amendment, their last line of defense. Vixen Stones is through 4 more points.
Nice little hip whip by Rock'em Sock'em. Swinging around the outside, staying in bounds. 8-4 jam, 69-30. Skyraiders in the lead.
Once again, Dainty Disaster, whose name I say way too quietly when it isn't in the midst of the heat of the action. Pulling up to the jammer line, wearing the star for Jet City. She'll be squaring off against Ankle Biter, 5-on-5 derby. Our friends in the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box getting a little lonely.
Just taking a little break, that's all. Dainty Disaster through. Oh, not lead jammer, but rather forearm penalizer.
I jinxed it. I jinxed it.
You did.
I said the penalty box was empty.
First power jam of the game for Wine Country. And a star pass for Wine Country as well. So we will have a 2-minute jam with no lead jammer.
Bliss Banshee also going to go have a seat. So not only is Wine Country on a power jam, they have an they had an advantage. They no longer do, as Crash is also going to go have a seat in the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box.
Dainty Disaster out of the penalty box. Gets past Lilo, gives stitches to complete the initial pass. We got a minute to go in the jam. Crystal Lightning looking to the outside. Late shoulder chest clip him from Punk Martha Stewart.
I wish y'all at home on the Twitch stream could have seen the look on Martha Stewart's face when she did that. It was delightful.
4 more up for Dainty Disaster.
3 more up for Dainty Disaster.
Sorry.
One of those skaters was null. Sometimes you can pass somebody and it isn't illegal, but it isn't a point either.
I should probably look at Bill's hand on that run.
This lap
That
she
one's
got
4.
4.
That's all the fingers. Crystal Lightning, meanwhile, still held up. Has gone a full half track, but hasn't gotten out the front of the pack yet.
Once again, pumped to the outside by Surly Temper, who has sort of made that their brand for the evening. Surly Temper has decided to be the worst-case scenario of a last line of defense. Dainty Disaster ducking around number 626.
Certainly Temper opening the door on that, providing a little offensive sweep.
Once again, for those at home watching on Twitch or anyone in the audience who forgot their glasses like I did, the score is currently 88-34 in favor of the Jet City Skyraiders. We've got about 15 minutes left in the half. Once again, Mighty Condra, who I now recognize by her pink skates, and Crash Smash 'em have pulled up to the jammer line for their respective teams. Wine Country with a one blocker advantage in the pack. Mighty Condra taking advantage of that, coming through with lead jammer status. Sometimes I don't get to breathe.
Third lead jammer of the game for Wine Country. Crash Smash 'em follows Thompson through the pack and pops out the front as Mighty Condra.
Thompson being a tough act to beat there. Wine Country still managing to put up 3 points, no matter the struggle they had. Meanwhile, Jet City had one more point on that lap. 3-2 in favor of Wine Country, that jam.
So we sit 89-37. Skyraiders in the lead. 14 and a half to go in the period.
Leanna Clockya going to start with a power start and a one blocker advantage in the pack as both Crash Smash 'em and Surly Temper are starting this jam in the box. Leanna Clockya bumped to the outside by Adelaide her out.
Surly Temper back into the pack, and Jet City losing the pivot to the penalty box.
Leanna Clockya is through the pack, has earned lead jammer status. Meanwhile, we are 4-3 in the pack, and Jet City still without a jammer. Leanna Clockya managing to get around, staying in bounds. 4 points, Wine Country.
Crash Smash 'em out of the penalty box.
Chased all the way to the edge of the engagement zone by Lilo Gives Stitches.
And Leanna Clockya calls off the jam.
89-41 in favor of Jet City. 13 minutes and change left in the half. The Lucy Raptor and Laceration. Once again, pulling up to the jammer line. Wine Country will have a one blocker advantage in the pack, but not for long. Anyone new to Derby watching here in the building or at home, if a skater is standing in the penalty box, that means they have 10 seconds or less left in the time they have to serve. But in that time, Laceration did manage to use that advantage and get through with lead jammer status.
Indeed. V. Lucy Raptor trapped in the front, held up by a 3-wall of Wine Country blockers. Now all 4 Wine Country blockers locked in. And just enough of a bump out from Crystal Lightning to keep V. Lucy Raptor from clearing the pack. This time able to tag along behind Laceration as Laceration picks up 4 points. V. Lucy completes the initial pass. Little shoulder lean forces the call off. And we sit 89-47 now after those 4 points for Wine Country. Skyraiders still in the lead, and we're down to 12 minutes to go in the half.
Once again, I see Ankle Biter, I see Vixen Stones, I see a one blocker advantage for Wine Country. We got less than 12 minutes left in the half, friends and fans.
Vixen Stones cutting across to the outside. Ankle Biter caught up in the middle of the scrum and now to the outside as well and forced out of bounds, rolled back by Thompson.
Ankle Biter thought for a moment there was a friendly lane. Thompson got in it.
Meanwhile, Vixen Stones into the back stretch. 2 blockers to beat. Bounces off number 15, Lawless, and grabs lead jammer.
Once again, for anybody new, you can only get 20 feet from the closest group of skaters that contain members of both teams before you are out of play and forced to return. Vixen Stones push that last line of defense all the way to the edge of the engagement zone. Came through with lead jammer status.
Star pass by Wine Country.
Bryant just bumped to the outside. Once again by Thompson.
Vixen Stones adding 4 points to the total, finally clearing the pack on that initial. And Bonnie Riot through the pack completes the initial for Wine Country.
Wright was bumped to the outside, but managed to keep all 4 wheels and both toe stops in bounds.
Hickson Stones calling off the jam. Takes a heavy shoulder, ends up in bounds, but does add up an 8-0 run. Skyraiders now up by 50, 97-47.
We got about 10 minutes left in the half. We got Crash Smash 'em. We got Mitochondria. We got Killer Tofu waving a sign asking you to support Skate Like a Girl through our 50-50 raffle. We'll tell you more about him at the half.
Crash bumps around the outside, grabs lead jammer. Gen X returning to the pack. Ushering Crash in. Mighty Condra finally clearing the pack after turn 2. Crash smash him. Swings past Sith Amendment. Calls off the jam. A 4-0 run. Skyraiders breaking 100 now, 101-47. And
we do once again have a team timeout. You know what a team timeout is a great thing to do? A team timeout is a great time to visit the All-Ply Roofing concession stand.
Yes.
And get yourself some pizza, some nachos, some chips. There are some amazing Lunar New Year of the Dragon cookies back there at the bake sale. We also have a series of them over here in the beer garden. Same cookies, equally delicious. 2 locations, no waiting.
And don't forget to visit the merch booths. Get your Jet City swag and other clothing items for sale.
I want to tell you that All-Ply Roofing, they're our concession stand sponsor. You'll hear these words out of my mouth a lot tonight. They are a residential and commercial roofing service that works with Snohomish County, Washington. They're a family-owned and operated business that they can replace, repair, and maintain roofs from Bellingham to Tacoma and from North Bend to Bremerton. Left, right, up, down, All-Ply Roofing is your solution. You can find them at allplyroofing.com. See how they can create a roof system that will fit your wildest dreams. If you're a homeowner in need of roofing, check out All-Ply Roofing. And if you're a fan in the building tonight, check out the All-Ply Roofing concession stand because pizza and nachos are an elite combination.
They won't keep the rain out of your house, though. Unlike the roofs. Dainty Disaster jamming against number 33, Leanna Clockya. And Dainty Disaster out first, lead jammer, Jet City Skyraiders. But Leanna Clockya right behind, making quick work of the pack as well. Both teams full strength. As the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box sitting empty. Leanna Clockya swinging to the outside. Lays down a shoulder and grabs the 4 points. Dainty Disaster through as well for 4.
Leanna Clockya coming in a little too hot, makes contact in an illegal area. She's going to go have a seat for a back block. That's a Jet City Power Jam.
Dainty Disaster spins twice to exit the pack. And grabs 4 points on the way. 8 total on the jam. As the teams reset at the top of turn 2. Thompson holding onto a blocker to establish the position of the pack. And out of play called. Let's Dainty Disaster through for 4. Dainty Disaster coming forward on a 4th scoring pass. Drops the shoulder, takes Lilo to give stitches down to the track and grabs 4 more.
Dainty Disaster hits the pack for 1 more scoring pass, gets bumped to the inside by Lilo, gives stitches.
And called for the cut track. Dainty Disaster looking at someone falling down and thinking maybe that was it, but not quite, says Just a Bill. He did collect 1 extra point, 17-5 on that jam. 118-52, but Skyraiders power start coming up momentarily.
We got a little more than 7 minutes to go. I smell the popcorn popping.
Dangerous.
Do you remember the time it set off the fire alarm?
Yes.
That did happen.
Let's
Today,
not do that
that's not
again.
going to happen. Today, though, our fans here in the building are going to get some delicious Jet City popcorn, some $5 beer, some $5 cider.
The delayed start by Laceration.
That did happen.
It did. Sometimes you just
We're
got to
going
wait.
to make sure that that illegal procedure penalty was called there at the top. Laceration, though, is through with lead jammer status.
Meanwhile, 4-on-2 pack advantage for the Skyraiders.
Bombshell's running this way. She's going to talk to our medical friends. That's a good plan.
Dainty Disaster out of the penalty box, circling about as Laceration adds 4 points. And Dainty quickly through the pack. Jet City using that pack advantage.
Dainty Disaster wasting no time at all, racing in toward the center.
Ooh, illegal contact called on Dainty Disaster.
3 points in the sky for Wine Country. 7-0 jam in their favor. 118-59. 5 minutes and change left in the half.
And a second straight power start for Wine Country, and they send out Ankle Biter to take advantage.
We are 4-on-4 in the pack, but this is a power start. Ankle Biter with the opportunity to get through the pack with no opposing jammer. Punk Martha Stewart says, but I won't make it easy for you.
Ankle Biter pushing through. Now just shoving everyone forward.
You see those hands in the sky and you're new to roller derby. That was Punk Martha Stewart making sure everybody knew people are within 10 feet of each other and it is legal to continue to play roller derby.
Ankle Biter still working on the initial. Finally clear. Gets lead jammer just as Dainty Disaster returns to play and slices through the middle of that tripod. Completes the initial, not lead jammer. As that stays with Ankle Biter. Dainty does cut through, collects 4 points. A 2-point steal. As Ankle Biter grabbing 2.
124-61, Jet City in the lead. Mighty Condra and V Lucy Raptor pulling up to the jammer line. Jet City will have a 1 blocker advantage in the pack going into this jam. We got about 4 minutes left till the half. Killer Tofu still doing an amazing job letting you know that
your chance to win money is right there in the beer garden. V Lucy Raptor bumped about, 1 to beat. Gets past Crash and Burn to grab lead jammer. Meanwhile, Mighty Condra taken to the track on the top of turn 1. V Lucy Raptor breaks clear with 4 and star pass complete for Wine Country. Number 13, Crystal Lightning now with the star and your jammer of record.
V Lucy Raptor not down but not out, but that is quite enough. She decides to call off the jam.
Picked up 3 on the last pass, or a total of 7. Skyraiders now 131, Wine Country 61. 3 minutes to go in the period.
Vixen Stones, Bunny Riot.
And a skater out of position will go and have a seat. That was number 6, Sith Amendment.
That is not a penalty. That is just a denial of your ability to skate in this jam. Riot is through with lead jammer status. Vixen Stones has removed the jammer cover and said, okay, what about this? Vixen Stones knocked to the inside by Lilo Gives Stitches. Riot, meanwhile, with 4 points in the air.
And a star pass off to Thompson. for Jet City. As Bonnie Riot with 4 points up, takes 4 more, calls off the jam, and 8-0 run. Now 69 Wine Country, Skyraiders 131, and we are under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Killing them, Smalls. Jamming for the first time this evening. Up against number 94, Ankle Biter.
I always love a Sandlot reference.
And killing them, Smalls, lead jammer, Skyraiders.
Something, something, Wendy Pfeffercorn.
Smalls looking to the inside, forced out of bounds.
The Sith Amendment there with a hard hit.
Killing them, Smalls. Bumping in the back of the packs.
Meanwhile, the Wine Country Crushers have passed the star, but Adelaide, her out, has made a point of making the New Jammers Day as difficult as possible.
That is Rock'em
Now it's
Sock'em,
Curly
though.
Pepper's turn.
Oh, Rock'em Sock'em forced out. Slips to the ground. And a star pass off to number 2, Dainty Disaster.
This jam is going to go the natural 2 full minutes.
Yes. And Rock'em Sock'em finally clears. Rock'em Sock'em rolling in on the first scoring pass. Stays in bounds, picks up 4 points. We are now on jam clock alone. The period ends when the jam ends. 4 points up for the combo Dainty Disaster and Killing Them Smalls. This for all Dainty Disaster. As Rock'em Sock'em held at the back. Dainty quickly through, cuts again. Jam comes to a close. 2 more points up for Rock'em Sock'em. That will take Wine Country to 75. Crash is totally ready to go. It's going to be the Crash Smash 'em Jam all by herself.
Crash is usually ready to go.
That's it. Nothing
and
but
Miles
points.
is also ready to go.
It's all
out
ghost
here in
points.
position,
All jam.
waiting for the game to happen. All these skaters are rolling into place, which really means I should return to my station also.
If you want,
They gave me this wireless microphone. They're letting me walk around. I checked out the merch stand back there. There's some great Jet City merch on offer today.
I should go look. This shirt is getting a little raggy. So coming out of halftime, score unchanged. Skyraiders 143, Wine Country 75. Crash Smash 'em on the power start. As we have a penalty on Rock'em Sock'em, leading to them starting in the penalty box. Skyraiders also going to be 1 skater ahead in the pack when it starts in approximately now.
Good timing there, Scott Chicken.
Thank you. I can watch the guy hold his hand up and then point.
Wizard of Laws does a good job communicating that.
He's very clear.
Meanwhile, Otter did a good job communicating that Crash Smash 'em now has lead jammer status.
And someone has apparently let a raptor loose in the building. Other than V. Lucy Raptor. We knew about that one. Crash bumped out of bounds. Slides past Bonnie Riot to grab 4 points. As the Motherfogger IPA penalty box now empty. And Rock'em Sock'em through to complete the initial. Crash grabs 4 more, calls off the jam.
I want to remind everyone watching both here in the building and also at home on Twitch that Jet City is always recruiting.
Always.
New skater practices are open year-round, and we tailor that to each skater's needs. Whether this is the first time you've ever seen a quad roller skate or like you grew up skating and you want to try derby, visit JetCityRollerDerby.com, email newskater@JetCityRollerDerby.com, and we would love to give you more information about how to be out here doing this.
Just like Mighty Condor and Vixen Stones, who are your jammers for this jam number 2 of half number 2, and Vixen Stones lead jammer Jet City Skyraiders. Mighty Condor conveniently trapped behind all of the officials. As Vixen Stones emerges from the front of the pack.
Vixen Stones pressing hard on a 2-wall there at the front, hoping to string the pack out until they're not allowed to push on her anymore, but rather she finds a little lane on the outside. Vixen Stones down, but not out.
But Lawless back to the feet, and Crash and Burn says, how about you go out of bounds?
Meanwhile, Thompson runs all the way back, hoping to draw a jammer cut. Does not quite happen.
So 4 points for Vixen Stones. Takes us to 155.75.
I am going to remind the audience, both at home and here in the building, that Jet City is always recruiting players and other volunteers. If you would like to be a part of the derby action but are not sure you could survive being hit by these amazing athletes, sign up to learn to be a referee, a non-skating official, or a volunteer in another capacity. You can always email volunteers@JetCityRollerDerby.com and learn about all of the amazing ways you can help bring roller derby to life that don't involve being hit by these amazing athletes.
V. Lucy Raptor out first, lead jammer on the scoring pass. Leanna Klokya also clear. V. Lucy Raptor grabs the 4 points. And Leanna Klokya lowers the shoulder and works through the pack 4 as well.
V. Lucy Raptor finding a tiny lane on the inside, taking advantage, coming through with 4 more points. That was an 8-4 jam in favor of Jet City.
And we'll reset. Crash Smash 'em, jamming against
Crash Smash 'em.
and Crystal Lightning with the star for Wine Country.
Crash Smash 'em is not doing the customary dance party on the jammer line. I almost
Crash
didn't
is
recognize her.
Focused on
She is
roller
focused.
derby activities. Dance party will be at the after party.
We'll talk about the after party in a minute, Scott Chicken,
Yes.
because it's very important.
Crash is through. Crystal Lightning also through. Crash.
Crash Smash 'em has lead jammer status, but Crystal Lightning is in fact in the lead. Crash Smash 'em turns around backwards and says, "That is quite enough."
Exactly. After party tonight at the Bulldog Saloon, just down the
Saloon,
street.
it's right there.
21 plus location, pool tables,
there.
darts, touch tunes. Get to the touch tunes early so Heidi doesn't dominate the whole thing.
I'm just saying, if you get to the touch tunes before me, you will listen to less Taylor Swift than if you get to the touch tunes after me. That is Harriet Thugman, and that is Riot.
Harriet Thugman pushing to the front. Bonnie Riot at the back, shedding a blocker as 3.14 Bacon for Mercy falls down, and Bonnie Riot lead jammer. Star pass off to Adelaide, her out on the Skyraiders side.
Riot hitting the back of the pack, going down and out, and calling the jam. I should also bring up, in case anyone who is here and under 18 and interested in roller derby does exist for all ages. We have representatives here from Mob City Junior Roller Derby. They're sitting over there. The Punks are playing in Tacoma right now, and I promise score updates when they happen. But if you or a child you know are interested in roller derby and you are under 18, come have a chat with me. Our next session starts March the 3rd. Roller derby is for all ages and all bodies.
Yes, indeed. Mighty Condra jamming for Wine Country. Punk Martha Stewart with the star for the Skyraiders. Pack rolling towards turn 3. Punk Martha Stewart gets a whip from Thompson and grabs lead jammer.
I do love it when a whip happens.
Meanwhile,
Punk Martha Stewart gathering herself as she approaches the pack for her first scoring pass.
Mighty Condra held up in the middle. Dreidel and Thompson teaming up at the front.
Punk Martha Stewart bumped to the inside by Sixth Amendment. Run back quite a ways. Now bumped to the outside by Sixth Amendment. Powerful blocker. Been very effective tonight for Wine Country.
Truly. Mighty Condra had been bumped out, and out the front, Punk Martha Stewart leaving a trail of bodies in her wake. Star pass complete. Lilo gives stitches now with the star for Wine Country. And forced out by Dreidel.
Punk Martha Stewart grinding there, outside to the middle of the outside to the middle.
Calls off the jam.
Otter making sure all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, throwing 2 points in the sky. That was a 6-0 jam in favor of Jet City. This game's got a little less than 23 minutes left in it. And Crash Smash 'em.
Ooh, officials calling a timeout. What? That's just because they want to know more about season passes.
They do want to know more about season passes.
If Jet City Derby bouts and saving money are your jam, then get yourself a Jet City season pass. Make sure you do not miss out on any of the action. Season pass holders will enjoy 10% off on all logo merch and fun Jet City swag, along with entry to all of our home season bouts. Sure, the season is underway. Doesn't mean you can't buy a pass now and save some merch.
I happen to know there are Mob City families who have season passes who are not here tonight who are still saving money.
There you go.
Because if you buy a season pass, even if you miss one game,
you're still ahead.
It's still a good enough deal. I see our track maintenance volunteers walking around like, what just happened? We love our volunteers here at Jet City. You're good? Bombshell says we're good. I'm not sure what the question was, but I believe Bombshell when she says things are good.
From the staring at the track, I'm going to assume contact lens. I don't know. We do have Leanna.
I know.
Leanna Klockia is jamming against Crash Smash 'em.
Literally all I know, right? And also the Mother Fogger Salish Sea Brewing IPA penalty box is empty.
It is. And Crash Smash 'em is through as lead jammer. Leanna Klockia, couple to beat. Again, spins, keeps the feet in bounds, completing that initial. And Crash says, award me points and stop this jam.
4-0 Jet City.
173 to 80. We're down to 21 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. But don't worry, there will be another game. It's not like this is the only game. After this, we got GVRD against the Jet City All-Stars.
I have purposely not peeped the All-Star roster.
It's going to be exciting.
That is Dainty Disaster. That is Crystal Lightning.
Dainty Disaster. 3 blockers for Wine Country at the front and gets through. That was number 15, Lawless, with a great run back.
Meanwhile, Crystal Lightning also bumped to the inside, run back by Thompson. Crystal Lightning, lead jammer for Wine Country.
Crystal Lightning luring Thompson into the rest of the pack and then jumping around the outside. Smart move. Dainty Disaster also clear. Crystal Lightning calls off the jam after grabbing 2, and that holds Dainty Disaster scoreless.
Vixen Stones is once again returning to the jammer line.
Against Bonnie Riot.
Against Bonnie Riot. Her jersey just says Riot.
It does, I know.
Does not give me adequate appreciation of the derby name.
But it's shorter, so it fits on the shirt better. Bonnie Riot pushing towards the front. Vixen Stones held at the back, and Riot's out the front, lead jammer. 2 jams in a row for Wine Country.
This is the kind of momentum Wine Country needs if they want to close this point differential. Vixen Stones is through and ready to come around and score some points.
Bonnie Riot, hands in the air like, yes, I'm going to call this off. Does so just before Vixen can get back to the pack.
In case anyone is worried about games that are not this one, the Seattle Kraken and the Philadelphia Flyers are tied 2-2 in the second period. Meanwhile, the Mob City Punks are defeating the Tomorrowland Roller Derby skaters 37-25.
I was wondering when you get to the game that really mattered. Hockey schmocky.
There are several Mob City coaches in this building right now. We're all very invested.
Killing them, Smalls, jamming against Mighty Condra.
Everybody goes down. Nobody goes out. Smalls squeaks by. Lead jammer status for Jet City.
Crash and Burn trying to hold that last line of defense. Got a little too far ahead of the pack. Mighty Condra trapped at the back. As Killing Them Smalls dances through the middle. Little knee slide, grabs the 4 points. Star pass for Wine Country. Lilo gives Stitches. Your jammer of record now. And Lilo gives Stitches forced out by Thompson. Crash and Burn, out of play block called. That will thin Wine Country down to 3 blockers.
Thompson won again, trying to make herself the jammer's problem.
Smalls dances the inside. Lane open by Hurt Majesty, pushing that whole pack to the side. Teaming up with Bliss Banshee on that move to crack things open.
12-0 jam in favor of Jet City. I see a timeout being called by Wine Country. Mob City fans, the score is now 44-33 in favor of the Mob City Punks.
Jet City is always looking for local organizations and businesses who are interested in sponsoring us. We're a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to supporting our community through the sport of roller derby. We can offer exposure for your business on social media and right here at Bouts. Contact sponsorship at jetcityrollerderby.com or reach out to us on your social media for more information. Also want to give another reminder about our 50-50 raffle supporting Girls Who Skate and also your after-party budget.
The Girls Who Skate program, if they cannot find a new facility or repair theirs, it's going to be something like 3,500 skaters of marginalized backgrounds who will lose access to safe and inclusive places to skate for the rest of the winter. Like, there is no reason not to pull a dollar out of your wallet if you happen to be the kind of person who carries cash. to support the 50-50 raffle. You might end up with all kinds of money of your own. And no matter what, you're supporting a really excellent organization that got really shafted when a Metro bus hit their building.
Yes. Leanna Clockya jamming against V. Lucy Raptor. Leanna Clockya, lead jammer, Wine Country Crushers. As V. Lucy Raptor forced all the way back to the pivot line. Leanna Clockya on the scoring run. Knocks over a teammate, but that's 100% legal. Nothing says you can't knock down your own friends. 4 points up for Leanna Clockya, 90 to 185.
Harriet Thugman with a star on her helmet?
Yes, indeed. For the second time this evening.
That excites me in a way that very few things can. And that is Crystal Lightning, who has taken a star pass and done fantastic things for her team tonight, just starting the jam with the star on her helmet.
Harriet Thugman looking outside. Crystal Lightning trying to go the same line, but Thompson says no. Bliss Banshee also adding to the slowdown, but Crystal Lightning through first, lead jammer. Harriet Thugman able to get past. Lilo gives stitches. And forcing the call off.
And our friends and fans here in the stands giving a huge cheer at the end of that jam. We got a little more than 15 minutes left in this game, and I see Dainty Disaster.
So dainty.
So pretty. You're so pretty. You're so pretty. And Bonnie Riot, whose derby name just makes me want to start singing. That is an empty motherfucker IPA penalty box. That is a 5-on-5 jam, as the rules intended.
Bonnie Riot through the front, lead jammer. 3 jams in a row for Wine Country. Adelaide her out heads to the penalty box because you mentioned
gave us something to talk about.
Yes. Very nice. Dainty Disaster ducks under to complete the initial. Bonnie Riot juking left, right. Serradle holding up the outside. Bonnie takes a hit from Surly Temper and exits the pack. 4 points in hand. Dainty Disaster also adding 4.
Crash Smash 'em already pulling up to the jammer line. Ready to have fun. Lawless is also having a very good time on her way to her spot. Oh, an ankle biter. See, I love it when they dance for me. It makes me happy.
Citra ass down, jamming for the first time tonight.
I'm also very happy to get to say Citra ass down.
Yeah, who isn't happy with that?
Working on a 3-wall there at the back. Squeaks around the outside. Meanwhile, Crash Smash'em is out with lead jammer status. Citra ass down. Also through. I may have been waiting to say those words all night long.
Oh, Lilo gives stitches. Gives Crash a chance to think about maybe calling off the jam. And Crash says, yes, that sounds like a good idea.
0-0. Nobody gets any new points. Everybody gets entertained. Oh, there is 1 point, in fact, on the board for the Skyraiders. I still say the real winner in that jam was the audience.
Yes.
Who got the entertainment. This is Lena Clockya and V. Lucy Raptor.
Once again, full strength on the track. Leanna Clockya bumped out of bounds. Thompson with the rollback. V. Lucy Raptor outside to in, grabs lead jammer. And Leanna Clockya also takes that inside lane.
We got a Jet City blocker. That is Thompson. And also, it appears,
Thompson and Bliss Banshee heading to the box.
Bliss Banshee. We now have a 4-2 blocker advantage for Wine Country there in the pack. I'm going to update the Mob City skaters in the crowd. The score is currently 78-47 in favor of our Mob City Punks. Anyone at home who wonders why I am so concerned, my own child is skating for the Mob City Punks, and I am here instead of there.
This is how much Heidi loves Jet City. She's willing to abandon her child, put him on a bus, send him to Tacoma.
Once again, if you or a child you know would like to get into roller derby, check us out at mobcitymisfits.com. March 3rd is our next new skater session. Vixen Stones and I would love to teach you how to skate. Hey, officials, Otter, scorekeeper, yeah, there we go.
There was a point. All right.
I have a microphone. Always just poke me.
4-1 in the last jam. Wine Country now 98. Skyraiders 191. 12 minutes to go in our game.
Once again, I will remind everyone in the audience, both in the building and watching from home, we love our non-skating officials. Even if you have never put on a pair of roller skates in your life, you want to be part of Jet City Roller Derby, we are happy to have you.
You like pencils? It's the job for you.
If you like
so
math,
many clipboards.
we have a job for you.
So many clipboards. Stopwatches as well.
But if you see Mama Bunny out there in the middle, she's wearing sequins, you too can look fabulous and volunteer for roller derby and not have to skate if that's not your favorite thing.
402 advantage in the pack for Wine Country. Crystal Lightning says, that's what I needed to grab lead jammer. Vixen Stones jamming for Jet City Skyraiders.
Crystal Lightning has been a super hard worker for her team all night, and this is no exception.
Yes.
She finds a happy lane on the inside, skates through 4 points for Wine Country.
Forearm penalty called. That'll send number 15 Lawless to the penalty box.
Crystal Lightning once again, friends and fans. Meanwhile, Jet City has passed the star. Crystal Lightning looking for a lane on the outside. Surly Temper denies that. Meanwhile, finds a place to sneak through on the inside. 4 more points. That was a 12-1 jam in favor of Wine Country.
Biggest jam of the game for the Wine Country Crushers.
I appreciate the Wine Country fans up here in the building cheering and getting loud. I also once again point you to Killer Tofu and Company. Waving hands. Halftime of the second bout is when the 50-50 raffle will be complete. You got plenty of time to earn money, make money, and give money to our charity partner. Meanwhile, Bonnie Riot has come out and slammed her way through for lead jammer status.
Nice work by Smalls, keeping the feet up, stay in bounds. Bumped out again, but out of play is called. That sends Rock'em Sock'em to the penalty box.
I am legit sad the streaming extra camera was not right here to see what Bonnie Riot just did, because it was divine. Bonnie
Riot steps between, calls off the jam. You're killing me, Smalls. Not able to catch up enough to get points. An 8-0 run for Wine Country. They are now at 118. Skyraiders 193, and we're under 10 minutes to go.
Mighty Condra once again on the jammer lines. Crash smash him once again, showing us she was born to boogie.
4-on-3 advantage for the Skyraiders. Crash smash him, steps through the pack, grabs lead jammer. Mighty Condra bump to the infield. Crash smash him. Ducks past 626. Lilo gives stitches. And Mighty Condra slipping down as Surly Temple taking a tumble as well. Crash Smash him following Dreidel through the pack. Jukes around Rock'em Sock'em. 8 total on the jam for Crash. And Mighty Condra finally clears.
Mighty Condra skating smart, finds a little open lane there on the inside. Doesn't quite make it back around in time to score points, though. 11-0 in favor of Jet City. 2:04.118 in favor of the home team. Little over 8 minutes left in this contest.
It's Dainty's birthday? What? That's what they yelled anyway. Oh, I thought you were saying you were 6, and I'm like, you're in the wrong league. Doesn't make sense.
It's Dainty's, is she 26? Whatever she is, she's lead jammer.
Happy birthday, lead jammer for Dainty Disaster. Leanna Klokja jamming for Wine Country, giving chase as well. Ooh, that was a dainty and delightful dodge to the inside for Dainty Disaster to grab 4 points. Leanna Klokja just rolls through the front, settles down into the corner. Thompson opening the door by shifting Sith Amendment out of the way. As Leanna Klokja almost through, but just enough of an angle. Bumped out of bounds. Jam called off by Dainty Disaster. 12-7. Takes us to 2:16.125, and we're down to 7 minutes to go in our game.
I love your enthusiasm. Whoever just screamed, you're my favorite.
Much of that, I think, coming from Alienator and Tofu up selling the tickets.
Okay, that's fair, but Tofu is also my favorite, so.
There you go, Harriet
That is
Thugman.
Harriet Thugman. She is your lead jammer.
And waves to the crowd. Thugman taken down with a hard shot on the flight through the pack. Calls off the jam. Solid defense by Wine Country. 2 points up for Harriet Thugman of the Skyraiders.
Hurt Majesty. You're with the Jammer Star. As well as Citra ass down. Citra ass down. Listen, I am nothing if not entertaining.
Hurt Majesty looking around the outside, but Citra ass down says, I will take that lead jammer. I would like just to build a point at me for as long as I choose to skate in this jam. Hurt almost through, takes a shoulder check from Lilo gives stitches. And a low block called on Citra ass down. So we will go for the full 2 minutes or another minute 20. Hurt Majesty.
If any of you in the audience thinks 2 minutes is not a long time to skate, I implore you to talk to new skater at jetcityrollerderby.com and learn what it really means.
Hurt with 4 points. Just bumped out by Crash and Burn. And Crash with the roll back to the jammer line. Hurt Majesty reapproaching. Thompson opening a bit of a lane. Lilo gives stitches.
Hurt Majesty managing to stay upright, but getting called for an illegal block anyhow.
Yes.
She's going to go have a seat.
Contact with a downed skater.
The thing you're not supposed to do.
Not really.
You're going to go visit our NSO volunteers in the motherfucker IPA penalty box.
Give that Skyraider jammer stopwatch finger some work. Citra ass down, out of the penalty box, forced out of bounds. Thompson with the rollback, and time runs out on the jam. Citra ass down, able to grab 4 points. And looking like 3 coming in for Hurt on the last pass. 225, 129.
Oh my word.
Wow.
You just did that on purpose with roller skates on. Normally I would also go out there and turn a cartwheel, but I have things in my hand.
You have hardware. Dainty Disaster, lead jammer, Skyraiders, Mighty Condra, jamming for Wine Country. Dainty Disaster cleanly through for 4. Bonnie Riot trying to clear the way for Mighty Condra. But Skyraiders rolling forward.
Dainty Disaster with a juke and a jive finds a lane on the inside, comes through with 4 more points for Jet City.
Dainty Disaster bumped out of bounds. Mighty Condra back engaged. At the back of the pack, Bonnie Riot at the front. No pack called, and Dainty Disaster is clear. Bacon for Mercy heading to the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box.
Dainty Disaster through with 4 more points.
Oh, and a cut track called on Mighty Condra. So power jam now for Dainty Disaster. And the pack at a standstill at the back. 1 skater blocker advantage for Wine Country.
Dainty Disaster almost able to hang on 1 skate, not quite able to make it happen.
Just enough shoulder pressure from Bonnie Riot.
Push to the inside, forced to recycle all the way back.
Jam comes to a close. 3 points is more for Dainty Disaster. 23-point jam takes us to Skyraiders 248, Wine Country 129.
I am switching microphones so I can stand up so I can be there when it's time to do the end of the game. But right now, I should tell you, the Mob City score is 134-96.
V Lucy Raptor on the power start. Mighty Condra starting off in the Mother Fogger IPA penalty box. V Lucy Raptor.
V Lucy Raptor looking for a lane on the inside, doesn't quite fight it, has to skate around Lawless on the outside. She does make that happen. V Lucy Raptor is your lead jammer.
Cut track called on Malice Curls.
V Lucy Raptor bumped to the outside by Lawless. She has to recycle all the way back to the edge of the engagement zone, looks to her bench, and they tell her to just keep skating. We are on jam time only, friends and fans.
4 points for V Lucy Raptor. Leona Klokya now with the star for Wine Country as the star pass completes.
V Lucy Raptor down but not out. Your final score, Wine Country Crushers 135, Skyraiders 255. Come down and wait for your high fives, my friends. I love that the Mob City skaters were like first on the line. I will keep updating you as to the punk score as soon as I get the next update.
All right, let's hear it. Put your hands out.